Piho, look at you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Real blessed right now, man.
How long ago was that clip?
That was 2017.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Was that on one of the late night shows?
Yeah,
Where
that was
was
Conan.
It?
That was Conan.
Okay.
And it was a weird moment at the time because nobody was talking about police brutality in late night in that format at that point. So I had to come in real delicate and sweet.
Certainly not Conan.
No, Conan was not doing that. They were all like,
he's not the guy to tackle that, probably.
Literally, he like right when the tape was done, he was like, "Well, that went as well as it could go." Let's talk about police brutality 4.5 minutes wrong.
No big hook came out and pulled you off stage.
No, it was really I was really lucky. It was really a blessing.
This past April was 30 years since that. Isn't that wild? Rodney King and the 30 years since the verdict, I guess.
Yeah.
The LA riots were April and May of 92.
I was in Palm Springs at the time, too, watching it felt very close because I got family in LA, I got family in that area, and they did not, I don't know, it didn't really stop rioting. They stopped rioting, I guess, on paper, but, it was always crackling.
There's always something going on.
You got killed with a swap meet when all of a sudden a gun goes off and everybody start running. It's just really, LA, it was wild in the 90s.
Where are you from?
Well, my mom's a gypsy, so she moved around a lot growing up. But I was born in San Diego, then Palm Springs, and I lived in South Carolina, Charleston, then in Missouri, and then California again.
Do you think of yourself as a California guy? Is that like where you grew up, or you were just like you were like an army brat, would be moving around all the time?
Yeah, I guess moving around. Like I guess I am, but I've lived in Jersey and D.C. so much that I lived in D.C. and I started to really like myself there. So I can't consider myself there, but I feel adopted in D.C. I'm like, I'll go there, feel home.
Does that help? Where you talk to people who do move around a lot, especially as kids, and no matter what they're doing, I don't know how it applies to comedy, but no matter what they're doing, they're like, it helped me learn how to kind of read people, how to meet people, because you're constantly meeting new people. I would think that would help.
Yeah, what helped too? Yeah, the violent childhood helped too, man. Let me tell you, abuse, guys, abuse, you can read a room like that. When somebody's about to start swinging.
There's a punch coming.
Yeah, I'm very, very sharp and aware of that. I'm like, I hurt your feelings. I don't want to go there.
Is that what it was for you growing up?
Oh, yeah, it was like, it was a lot of, now that I'm discovering, I think COVID helped us sit around and sit and go like, well, am I living my life I am? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess it's not normal for police buses to come in your house. I realized this, with the first 5 years of your life, whatever patterns you have there, you think that's reality. And I ain't never really questioned that. Sure. So I was like, oh, okay. So, because everybody's, see, why you always so anxious, always alert, always looking around? I'm like, well, aren't y'all also waiting for a drug bust? Aren't y'all also waiting for something to go down?
Well, it's also, situational awareness is not a bad thing. Yours was hard-earned.
Yes.
But it's not a bad idea to not be walking around like your head's in some kind of fog all the time, Because things are popping off everywhere you go, It's wild.
It scares me because people with guns are more scared than the people without guns. And that's what makes you let you know, okay, this world ain't right now.
Right.
Here's a much lighter version of that. Yesterday, I got my oil changed, and they put that little tag on there. And when my girlfriend picked up my car for me, she attached my house keys to the little thin key ring rather than the
double thick one.
Yeah. And I was like, that's why you lose stuff all the time, because you aren't paying attention to those little things where you go, okay, that's just how I am, and it's not from trauma like you've been through, but just enough stuff has happened in my life where my dad's yelled at me enough times to be like, make sure you do it right, because you could have prevented this, and that kind of stuff sticks with you.
I agree. I think your wife did that because she doesn't love you. I think she specifically did that out of spite, so you could really be angry. Girlfriend, I apologize. I apologize. Well, she obviously isn't white
material. Even worse,
sitting around not putting keys on king rings right.
She's gonna hear this and be like, I'm not white material. How you doing?
You got the one thing wrong. Ring. You gonna put the ring on the wrong key on the wrong finger. Come on. So I'm messing things. Now I'm burning bridges.
Wasn't meant to be,
Oh wow. Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
No. I'm not trying to burn that bridge. Good luck, y'all.
No, we're doing great.
Okay, cool.
She's allowed to make one mistake.
Famously on this show, because it's been mentioned a couple of times, it might have been mentioned yesterday, is that Bill beat you.
Might have been mentioned.
In car crash comedy, right? Is that the
Destroyed
story?
me.
Yeah, tell me the story.
He beat me bad. It was a second. This
was on the old Opie and Anthony show.
Opie and Anthony show. I felt cocky because I won my first car crash comedy and had a dream moment. Got to do Merriweather. 4 years in the comedy. Got to do an arena.
Yeah.
It was Patrice was on that.
It was like the lineup of lineups.
Lineups of lineups.
Because they were getting. That's why I listen to Opie and Anthony so much, because Bill Burr, Patrice, Jim Norton. Those Robert Kelly, Louis would be on there regularly, and you just hear it's what podcasting kind of came from, was how they ran that show back then.
Yeah,
where it's just comics chopping it up together.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, everybody was been trying to imitate that energy for years and stuff. Yeah, it was awesome. And yeah, it was like Joe Rogan kind of took it over, and it was dope because he kind of like made it less racist and more interesting.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like when people call Joe Rogan racist, I'm like, guys, let's see what he's.
Don't worry, it's still very sexist.
I mean, I'm not gonna go. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna.
You gotta take the rough with the smooth.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he said less racist, not completely.
It's completely less racist. But before, it was like one of those like you'd have to just like cut off callers because they were using the N-word too much. That level of like
too much.
It was like too much. Like I could see one or two to make your point,
right.
but you're being ridiculous. We got a black guy here. It was that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, cool. But anyways, I don't know, I diverted. Point being, now we'll go back to the second episode where Bill, I'm just trying to point out that Bill won a contest on a racist ass show. That's my entire point.
Yes.
I'm just trying to throw it in the trash. No, I'm joking.
You could look at him and know he was going to be the champ.
Yeah, I already knew. I was like, it's a white man's sport. No.
Well, I did beat you and Ramon Rivas, so I mean, it was.
You did. It was. But it was, and I think specifically they said, you're doing too many black jokes. They did say that. And I remember they like, all right.
And I think that was more, not to say that you can't tell those, but it's more like, they don't get these.
No, they didn't get them. No, I didn't get them as much. No.
How long had you been in it by then?
By then, I was like cocky. I was like 2 years later, maybe it was like 6 years in.
6 years in.
What year was that?
What year was that? 2009 or 2010?
Okay.
I think I want to say 2010.
Yeah, 2010. So then I was 7 years in. 7 years in. I was really cocky. 7 years in?
Yeah, I was 6 years in.
I wasn't even writing set list 7 years in. I was like, nah, man, I'm a genius.
Did you start in New York? Like, how did you get into it?
I started comedy officially in D.C.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for like 11 years because I really liked the scene there. It was like a lot of like geniuses there that I didn't know were geniuses. Like my second or third open mic, Tony Woods just was there.
Oh, yeah.
I like in my head, I was like, he's great. If he's great in D.C., I bet you New York has even greater. And I still to this day have not met
seen anybody like Tony.
Better than I'm like, yo, you're just
Tony. I worked with him in Minneapolis, and then we went and hung out afterwards. And Tony's just a different type of just person overall. Like
he doesn't get the credit he should get.
He does not, but he's so funny on stage. He's so charismatic, and then he's just kind beyond any level that he needs to be. Like the fact that he took me his like middle act and like he's like, hey, we're going places. And I was like, what? He's like, we got things to do after this. And so we just went.
Awesome.
He took me to clubs and like we hung out and just chopped it up. And it was like I was his friend immediately.
He was the first guy Chappelle thanked when he got that Mark Twain prize, was Tony Woods.
Yeah.
Right out the gate.
Yeah, we were all kind of like drama about it because we like, DC, the whole DC myth about like he stole his act, which I don't think he did. Like he was just inspired.
I think he's influenced.
Yeah, he was influenced. He was a kid, but like Chappelle is a genius upon himself. It's like but it's like Coltrane and Miles Davis kind of jazz in my opinion. It's like just a protege.
Well, I mean, it's like Pryor and Eddie Murphy. Like Pryor was definitely influencing Eddie Murphy, but it was not. He was, and Eddie said like I was trying to be Pryor, but you can't be Pryor.
Can't be Pryor.
Yeah,
that was more of a rougher kind of connection because that was a 21-year-old kid looking for anything to steal.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna knock Eddie. No, I'm not gonna start trash. I'm not talking trash about Eddie Murphy.
So
I'm just saying
Smith
like
said Eddie Murphy.
I did not say that. Eddie Murphy's the funniest human being in the world ever.
Yeah. Seaton Smith Eddie Murphy is overrated. TMZ or whatever.
I did not say that. I've been on record talking about it. I made people go see the second one, Coming to America 2. I had a lot of stake in that. A lot of friends in that movie.
Yeah. I still haven't watched it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a black thing. No, it was like a really little black party. It's a blackish show. It was like, oh, hey, James Earl Jones came out of retirement. Black people gonna show up for that. James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Literally came out of retirement. Anyways.
Seaton Smith is opening for John Mulaney around the corner at the Romo Fijo tonight. I remember you on his sitcom. That show did not last long.
Did not last.
But I remember you on it.
Yeah.
Had you known him for a while before that? Did you write for the show? Did you?
I didn't write for the show. No, I just got lucky and just
because you're not a Chicago guy or anything. So yeah.
No, he had a lot of comics he started with that he got help write and other writers, and I met him in 2010 opening for him, and he just was like, hey man, you're great.
Yeah.
He didn't invite me to the show. I just auditioned for it. And actually, another writer was like, he's perfect for it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. It was actually weirdly kind of coincidental.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was like, I thought it was a special treatment. It's like, nah, man, you were just good enough for it.
Have you been doing this whole run with him?
I have. Lucky enough, right when he got out of rehab, like he started the shows in May at the City Winery, the small place. And I started at like 2 weeks into the show, I started opening for him. And we just started just doing like maybe 150 shows last year, and then now we're gonna on this whole 100 city show tour of this whole arena thing.
Yeah, Jesus, when he goes home to Chicago, he does like 9 nights at the Chicago Theater.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, we did. Yeah, the United Center. United,
oh, you did, this
United
time
Center.
you did the United Center. Yeah,
Yeah, United Center was awesome. That was it was fun to be like where Jordan was. It was like dope.
What's it like being? I mean, I've done one arena show, but it was to 3,000 people in a 20,000 seat arena. So what's it like?
Interesting.
Yeah, it was the Palace of Auburn Hills, and they had this like Christmas show, but they only had like one section open.
Interesting.
So it was a lot of. But like, what's it like when you are out there in a place like the United Center?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be.
You're on a
another
Jumbotron
level.
and everything.
Yeah, I will let you know, like Madison Square Garden, United Center, and Red Rock.
Oh, Red
Rock.
Yeah.
That was the same kind of energy. There's like a weird magic energy, Red Rock was the first one to open my head up to it because it was like 11,000, 13,000 people like up in a rock. And as you know, if you don't know, I don't know. It's like they carved into a rock stage
in Denver.
Yeah, in Denver, and it's just big red rocks, and like the sound just bounces, and you can look at the stage, but also look at the skyline. It's beautiful. But they have church services there every Sunday. It's like I could feel like I could see God here. Like literally, it feels that energy. And I don't know, something opens up. I was like, that. At first, it was like, jarring, but I don't know. It really got quickly. It felt like.
I've seen shows at Red Rocks, but I could never tell if it was, because plenty of comics do it, but I can't tell if they, like Burr did his special there, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But I could never tell if they did it just for the history of the venue or if it actually sounds good for stand-up.
Yeah, you know what?
It
I would say
seems like something where the sound would just go everywhere.
Yeah, this is a technical thing, and hopefully y'all don't tune out on this. Recording it is incredibly hard, but like
that's
being
what
there,
being
there, because it's like sound when it gets that many people laughing, it starts to become a weight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like so it's like rumbling in your body, and so it's a whole different experience. Like whoa, like being and sitting in the middle of 11,000 people and laughing at one thing is like just I don't know. It's a different experience.
Just think about it.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know how back and forth all this stuff can go, like career-wise or whatever comes next. Does coming off an arena tour with John? This is going to sound like a stupid question, but I mean it more like coming off an arena tour with John Mulaney. Is that big picture good for you, or is it more like, well, now I can just go do theaters or whatever I can do, or you not even think that far ahead?
Man, I don't know if I'm that career intelligent yet. I ain't gonna lie.
But even,
I was.
Even if you're not like laser focused on it, there's always things in the
I'm focused. I don't think I'm just smart about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm focused. I look. It's almost like you got to do your budget. You be like, I'm looking at the numbers. I just don't know how to work numbers. But I'll look all day if you want. Like, I really don't know exactly.
What are all these squiggles?
Yeah, like you'll be sitting there like, do they think of me of this or do they think of me of that? And it's like, I'm like, well, let me sit out what I want to do. I'll just do that and see if I can just keep growing. And then the stuff that's working, I'll keep doing that.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Mulaney let me shoot a special in front of him at Madison Square Garden. So that was really
you
dope.
Did?
Yeah, so I got a half-hour special at Madison Square Garden. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be a fun thing. So we'll see how that response goes, and we'll go from there.
Did somebody pick that up, or you shop it around, or what?
I don't know. I feel like YouTube is beautiful right now. You know, like especially
that's where Bill put his.
I'm like really much more interested in YouTube because it's like
then everybody can see it.
Everybody can see it quickly. It's gonna go there anyway,
and then you also know what they think of it
immediately.
There's no comments on Netflix. There's comments on YouTube, so you know if people like it or not.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, for a guy like you who's so funny and like you're ready to I feel like if you put it on YouTube, it's going to take off, and then you're going to start selling tickets everywhere you go, and it's going to be that nice transition to just going and doing your thing.
Yeah. On some level, I really I do think that. On another level, I get scared.
Of course, that's very
in the sense of like, no, it's just because this tour is amazing. It's just so nice. Like I've been the headliner life, and that headliner life of just like that $1,500 a weekend, and you get that hotel, and you just be like, can I get outside the condo, sir? And like, nah.
Well, remember, like when you're so excited about getting that $1,500 a week, and you're like, I got, and then you're like, this is not money. This is nothing.
No. When you first get the college shows, like $1,000 college, you're gonna do 40 colleges. Like, I'm a millionaire. And then you realize they ain't gonna pay for your travel. Oh, they ain't gonna pay for your hotel. They ain't gonna pay for your insurance.
And they're not gonna tell anybody to show up.
No. But I ain't gonna lie. Like on the other side, then the flip side, you fight through it, and then you meet to do like Mulaney, and then you get to do 11,000 people, and then it's like you get to do. I don't know. You get stuff like writers, and then you get to sit in a room. Like I was sitting with the we were doing Tennessee, the Ryman Theater. It was Mulaney. It was
Byrne. Steve Byrne.
Steve Byrne. No.
Okay.
No, it was
Bargatze.
Bargassi. Thank you. Bargassi. And then there's a dude who I'm not going to know, but it was a country singer guy who everybody knows. Come on, Garland. Nope, never mind. Anyways, we're going to do it.
See, the one person that likes country on the show wasn't here
gone,
today.
yeah.
So
damn. Well, anyways, they were all, I was just dope to be in a room with all these people making all this money, and they were all just talking about tour buses. I was like, just that little conversations that you don't have at open mics. Open mics were like, I wonder what it's going to be like. And they're all like, man, we just need a more comfortable tour bus so I can get from A to B. It's like, okay, it's good life.
While my private jet's up on blocks.
Yeah. Private jets is a nice thing, too. That
would be nice.
That probably never gets old.
No, no, not for me. I mean, I ain't paying for it, so that's never gonna get old. Free flights.
Free flights is real nice.
Yeah, when you pay for it, I think that's oof.
You guys, you were in Toronto last night. Did you fly here or did you?
No, we got a tour bus now. Tour bus now is interesting. It's real comfortable because we got the baby and stuff.
Yeah,
and we're gonna try to like keep a good pace, keeping the baby, healthy and
okay.
stuff.
So this is like a family tour at this point.
It is.
Well, you got a baby with you.
Yeah, we got the whole
it's
baby.
John's
Oh,
baby.
Boy.
Yeah, man, it's got a Johnny Cash thing.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's actually kind of really like to look at it. Like today, I really had a thought about it. Like, I don't know. There are a lot of dudes that go on the road, and then there's a lot of these stories that come back and go like, I don't know my father. I don't know who this person is. But like, he got to like hear his first, like his son's first word was that. Like, you know what I'm saying, like that.
So it's Olivia and the baby. Oh, wow, that's wild.
No, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
so
like,
you guys did the Rogers Center up there. That's a giant place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. It was that whole Toronto Raptors vibe is dope. Hit in the locker room, get all hyped.
Yeah,
come out the tunnel, make something happen. No, for real, I just be in my head like, yo, I'm coming out the tunnel, yo.
If they put you in the Cavs locker room, I need you to send me some pics.
Absolutely, we do. We had nothing but Bulls locker room pics. What?
Yeah.
We've gotten Mulaney's gotten jerseys from like almost every arena. I've gotten a lot of them too. There's like a couple of them that did not give them to me, and I can't get that out of my head because I'm ungrateful. I'm an ungrateful man. But the Clippers didn't give me a jersey. I was like, what's up? Nuggets
and
gave me a
they
jersey.
got them.
Yeah, exactly. Bulls gave me a jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Knicks and Clippers, they were like, well, no.
That
was cold.
Bitches.
That's cold. But Madison Square Garden, though, I ain't gonna lie. When they always say it's magic, absolutely magic.
Yeah.
It was so dope. So anyway.
Bill, do you want to start the weekend?
Let's do it.
All right. Seaton Smith, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in, pal.
Thanks for letting me
He
come
is
in, man.
opening for John Mulaney tonight at the Romo Fijo. If there are any tickets remaining, you could probably walk right up and try to get them. There probably aren't, but I don't know.
You probably have to go to like a reseller or something.
Probably so. SeatonSmith.com probably online,
SeatonSmith.com,
right?
man.
There
Come
you
check
go.
out. Wait for the special.
There you
Follow
go.
me on Instagram. I'm posting.
Posting.
Everybody have a drink, have a drink, have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, hey, everybody drink on me. Brother Leslie, how?
All right, the way we start the weekend around here, the Bill Squire Friday Get Down is brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey in honor of the late, great Murray Saul here at WMMS. Take it away, William.
It's Friday, and you got to get down on Friday. Get yourself some Cleveland whiskey. Get to Romo Fijo. Watch Seaton Smith and John Mulaney. They're gonna make you laugh your ass off. Drink that Cleveland whiskey. Galaga, galaga, galaga. It's Friday.
Holy mackerel. How about that? Broke a toenail on that one.
right.
The Bill Squire Friday Get Down brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey. They got delicious recipes for the fall over there. If they're doing tastings, you'll find that info as well. It's available in a dozen plus states. You can get online, see what they're doing and when. Go to clevelandwhiskey.com for all the info.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell it to play the app.